Hello, all. Welcome, everyone. And I'm really glad that you are here. Yeah, before we begin, I just want everyone to connect to your breath very gently. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, breathe slowly, and exhale slowly. Let the silence land. Breathe in and breathe out. Today's session is not just a webinar. It's a, it is about a space where we understand something very real, and it is often misunderstood because of various concepts. If you have ever felt overwhelmed in your spiritual journey, confused, or emotionally intense, or like something inside you is breaking or shifting, then trust me, this session is for you. So, as you all know, I am Arpita, and through my journey and through working with many individuals, I've seen how and what people call, the breakdown. The word is not breakdown exactly, but it is actually a spiritual emergency. And today, I'm going to help you understand what is really happening within you and why it feels so intense and how to move through it without fear. Okay, I'm going to help you understand that. So just be here fully. You don't have to keep any pressure, and you don't have to, get into any kind of expectations. Just be aware of whatever is happening. Okay, that is so very important. Now, let us understand this step as first begins with awareness, and then to trust, and then to realization. Okay, these are the things which we get into in this whenever we are talking about the journey. Let me put up the slides for you. Okay, the welcome is already done. And yeah, now here we are talking about spiritual emergency. So, it's going to begin with how much aware we are with towards our own emotions, our thoughts, our sensations, and that is directly connecting to our life situations. And from awareness, how can we grow towards the trust, and then the realization. Okay, and that's how we get into things today. Okay, now let us understand what is this. Before we go deeper, okay, more deeper into the thing, I want you all to notice your breath, your in breath and out breath, and your body right now sitting here. I don't want you all to fix anything, and the think that there is nothing to fix and nothing to achieve. You just be there. Many people whom I have seen, they come to spirituality thinking that it's going to bring peace, it's going to bring magic, it's going to bring so many things, the karma cleansing. But actually, what happens? There is an emotional overwhelm, crying without any reason, or maybe there's a confusion about life decisions, feeling totally disconnected from people, from people, overthinking, fear, anxiety. These also comes. and there is an intense energy sensations in the body. Maybe not everything happens to everyone, but one or two things happen to one or sometimes somewhere. And then, when all these things are happening, you begin to question yourself that, am I doing wrong? Or, is something going wrong with me? Or am I losing something? All these things. And when this is what it is like, it is the pain, from pain, awareness of the pain. Now, you're going into the state of quitting the path completely. Okay. This happens to many, not just one or two. There's many. Now, what if I tell you that you can turn this fear into meaning? Okay, nothing. There is nothing wrong with any one of us who are going through all these things. There's absolutely no wrong, nothing wrong. What you are experiencing is not a breakdown. It is a spiritual emergency. We need to understand that. When a doctor says emergency, that means there is something we need to address to. So when we are talking about spiritual emergency, we are saying that there is something we need to address. Maybe it is an old identity breaking, or maybe there is a subconscious material which is getting surfaced, or there is a overload in the nervous system, or maybe energy is awakening without any grounding. It's like your system is trying to upgrade, but there is no preparation, right? This is what is been happening all the time. Now, see, this is a journey where even I have gone through the same journey in the same manner, with all these kinds of chaos and everything. Now, when we are talking about, let me tell you about my story. When I started my journey, it was like, I started with, initially, I'm talking about the initial phases, it was all well and fine, very beautiful. Yes, everything is going on fine and everything. And after the grand awakening has happened inside me, then the journey began to get into these states of confusion, right? We all think when the grand awakening has happened, then what was there to confuse? That's when the confusion actually begins. We always misunderstand that once you connect to your higher self or God self, or the ultimate light inside you, we all feel that it's wonderful. Now the journey is going to be wonderful. It's excellent, but actually the journey begins there, right? The confusion began. No, I started feeling lost. I started searching for answers for what is happening. And there's so much of intense emotions. There was fear, there was anxiety. There was like, it was all those things were happening. It is later when I was connecting to myself deep inside. And it was the phase where, I was playing a role of a victim, where other than me, everyone is right in the world. I'm the only one at fault for every other situation, whatever is happening outside. Okay. So then slowly, as working slowly within myself, I understood that it is a spiritual shift, but that shift is seeking guidance, which unfortunately we never had. I never had. Okay. Whenever we are going through some scenarios in life, spiritual situations in life, that's this kind of sign, with all the symptoms, we really do not know what is happening. And we fall into the point of, victimhood, or you are wrong. People might put you that you are mistaken, and, it's a victim trap. It comes into that. And these are the things, it is like, there must be a clarity. Then I decided that there must be a clarity and a framework. Okay. Then with all the inner work, I came to the point of that it is an awareness. There is a lot of awareness, but there is no regulation. Okay, there is awareness is there, tremendous awareness is there around the world, where it is like at one point of time you will get into the point of inner chaos. You're not understanding what is happening. This is not madness. This is awakening. It needs guidance and also a structure at that point of time. Okay. Once I understood this, then I started feeling clear and stabilized. And then the ability to guide others came into the. Okay. So the three core points which went into me, like, I started, making very clear and with all the clarity and all the framework. I maintained, the first one was awareness without regulation is equal to overwhelming. So whenever a person is becoming overwhelmed with whatever scenarios, that means, our emotions and body, if these two are not stable, that means it feels, it's too much. So much, the emotions might take over. It might be a roller coaster in the emotions, and the body is not feeling stable. There is so much is happening, because there is the awareness. Whatever is being awakened inside has got no regulation. That's the reason this overwhelming is happening. And next thing I understood is there's an emotional release, but yet nothing is healing. Okay. Actually, emotional release should equal to healing, right? But any emotional release was not taking to any healing. Crying, releasing, everything is happening, but it just a surface. Crying because no clue what was happening, what is happening inside. What is this intense things means? Why I'm being trapped with every situation? Why becoming a victim, or why the scenarios are completely, lost kind of a sense, lost of energy, lost of stability, lost of even prosperity, everything. It is like all the chakra systems are completely getting closed. So it is like, every release, every crying, every outer emotional release will only be at the surface. Because when we don't understand what is happening, the patterns keep repeating, right? This little we all know. And the third thing I understood is spiritual growth needs a structure. That's when I realized spiritual growth needs a structure. We do not have the structure in the spiritual growth, because everything happens very randomly inside us. When what part of us gets awakened and what it throws us into, we do not know, right? So it is a random practices we are doing. One is doing some practice, the other person is doing some other practice. Everyone is going through different and random context. Right. Today we are listening to something, tomorrow we are listening to something else, and day after tomorrow we are listening to something else, and there is no connectivity. It's a random thing. So it is definitely creating a confusion. So you need a path. We all need a path. Okay. It is just a simple and structured, clear path, which is very simple also and very structured with a proper framework. Right. Now I want to give you a little kind of experience to you. I want you all to close your eyes. Bring all your awareness to your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Just breathe in and breathe out. Notice where in your body you're feeling discomfort. Don't change it, just witness it. Now ask your inner self, ask that inside you, what is this trying to show you? Just observe. can slowly open your eyes. Now understand what you experienced just now is awareness, but what still requires is transformation. And transformation will require consistency, deeper processes, structured understanding, and support. And this is where most people struggle. Okay? If you all are with me in this, if you all agree with this, I want you all to type in the chat box agree. Yes, you all agree with me, right? So, with all these things, I created something for all those awakened yet not yet transformed. The transformation is not yet awakened, or neither is without any regulation. All for all the people like those, I created something which, it is a safe space and a guided journey, right? So it is like, how can I help in this point is how to handle your emotional overwhelm. That is one thing very important. Okay, and how to stabilize your energy. I have created courses of three levels. One is silver, golden, and diamond memberships, where all who are really seriously wanting to grow in this path, without any resistances, whoever wants to go, there's a membership program where there's going to be a deeper work, structured system, guided journey, and a safe space, right? So it is like you will learn how to handle emotional overwhelming, how to stabilize your energy, how to understand your patterns, and how to move from confusion to clarity. Okay, it needs diagnosis inside. Spiritual growth is not about escaping life. It is not about where you simply think, oh, I understood. In earlier time, I used to feel very sad. Now I don't feel. I just leave it. No, it is not about all this. It is about becoming stable with whatever is the chaos. How on the ocean the surfing happens with all the waves, right? Right. So that's how it's becoming very much stable with whatever is happening. I can tell you that today you have two choices. You can continue alone with your confusion and cycles, or there's an option to walk with guidance, with clarity and depth. If something within you is saying yes, then trust that. Okay, this is so very important. Now, how do I teach you with all the things, when I'm gearing up with all this, when you're learning it, it's a uh, impact where you're going to put in your own self. That is so very important, right? Now I'm going to show you something where I want to tell you how I have designed my program altogether. Okay, when you come to divine space, it is like, first is, it is all about understanding the mission, why I started this, with what point agenda I started this. It is about a mission where I really want to create spiritual leaders in the world. Okay, that's the first thing. And then the problem is, there is lot of inner illiteracy in our world. Okay, there's still, in spite of practicing, being in the path of spirituality, the so-called spirituality, in last 20 years or 30 years or whatever way, but still there is an inner illiteracy is still remaining. So this structured system what I have created, that's going to really solve the problem. And the vision I look into it to build a largest community of spiritual mavericks. That is what I look into. Okay. And the path I created for everyone is the path of growth. Is first is the silver circle of wisdom, where you will be learning and also discovering many areas of yourself. And then you get into it is this is all it's in I'll give you more brief of whatever will be there in circle of wisdom. Okay, this is the just understand the path now. And then comes the awakened leaders. Awakened leaders is all about and your empowerment and your guidance, how you empower yourself and how do you guide others. And then comes the third stage of life magicians, where you manifest and you become a master of it. You master a thing and you also manifest it. And then comes the fourth stage of a spiritual maverick, where there is freedom and enlightenment. Okay, all these factors. Right. This path is so very important for everyone. Right. We all agree to that. Okay. It is said that everyone who with the two people thinking the same thought, they will obviously, there's a third person, that energy expands to the third person. Right. Two people thinking the same thing is energizing and going into the more. Now, there is a plan I have made for all of you. This you will be knowing even further, you'll be growing even more deeper when you really join. This is going to happen. The Circle of Wisdom is, completing the level one courses. In level one courses, I'll be training everyone. It is do it for yourself courses, it's a recorded one. You'll be learning about activating your energy centers, how you grow ahead, all these factors, right? Your relationships, your prosperity consciousness, your financial liberation, okay, your transpersonal psychology. Okay, if you want to have a path where you want to live freedom, right? Freedom is something we all need in life. For that, it whether it could be freedom from anything, from your inner illiteracy or your financial stability, in whatever ways, we need freedom. Right, we want a healthy families, healthy relationships, healthy finances, healthy body, right? Healthy physical health and healthy spirituality, right? We all need all these things. For that, it is when we want all that, it is like we are seeking freedom. Right? If we are seeking freedom, then what is the plan? What is the step by step process we are going to make? That is the path I have laid for everyone. Okay, and there's going to be a deeper understanding of everything whatever you will be learning here. Okay, if you all are with me, there's going to be community calls where every Friday you will be having, all this structure is there laid, every detailed structure. There will be an accountability system. You'll be learning about every aspect of whatever is so very important in your life, right? You will be, I'm not saying that, if you come here, you'll be learning that. If you are really a seeker, you can learn anywhere, but the structure you might not find, right? You might not find structure. You might think this is a structure, but no, this structure has got something different. And the first level, you're learning everything in a particular area where you're grooming yourself, like the path I made it clear. Okay, this is what is going to be there in your total completely journey of how you want to grow ahead and move, right? And now, before I end, I want you all to, if you are joining, this is the here is the link. I'll just show you the link. And also the links are there in the description also. You can join with the link. And the links are, let me show you what is there. The link. Let me show you the links. Yeah, here is the link. Okay, and the link is there in the chat box in your a description also. I want you to get into the link. This is only for people who are serious. If you think you're not serious, you have your own resistance. Your own resistance comes from, your all the points like, oh, I don't have money, I cannot attend this program. My family may not accept this, it is very difficult for me. Something really is not touching. Okay, all these factors. Okay, if all these factors are there, these are nothing but your resistances. If your resistance are there, then definitely this place is not for you. Okay, I'm looking into a people who are really interested in this, who are really serious and wanting to be the spiritual maverick. Okay, the leader in spirituality. Okay, there's a structure, there's a path, and there's a proper system which I've created, and you'll be going into this is what I'm looking at. And whoever is serious, you can check into this link, and you can connect me back in the comment box saying I want to join. Okay, if you all are agreeing with whatever I've just told you, if you really think this is so very important, please type in the chat box in the comment section, agree, I agree. Okay, and if you are really interested in joining this course, please leave a message in the comment section itself. Please leave in the message, I would like to join, I want to join. Okay, in the simple terms. Okay, so I'll be connecting to everyone whoever has left the message, and then the journey begins. Journey never ends, it always begins. Wherever there is an end, there is a new beginning. Okay, stay tuned and see you all soon in your comment section with through all your comments, whatever you leave. Okay, thank you, stay tuned, and thank you so much for being here. You could have chosen something else also at this time, at this hour, but you choose to be here. I'm grateful for that, and we'll be in touch. Stay